Dirty Sports, episode 883. We are live on YouTube in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Los Angeles, California, Joey No Chill Praino.
Hello, Andy.
Good late afternoon, Joey.
Good late afternoon, Andy.
It's early evening here for me.
Yeah.
Voice is a little raspy. I'm not gonna lie.
Mine?
Mine.
Okay. From yelling at kids during youth basketball practice?
Yeah, I don't yell. It was more. It's just it's a like a gym that has, there's like a barrier between, there's multiple courts. I had to fight over yelling auto tune for the pickup games on the other court.
Oh, they had music playing.
Yeah.
You still a fan of that now?
Auto tune?
Well, just the other day you were like playing hoops to music. I love it.
I didn't today. You gotta scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta move here when you're playing 2-3 zone.
You guys running a fourth grade 2-3 zone?
So we're fifth grade. It's the first year we can do zone.
Okay.
Why would we ever play man? Ever.
Yeah. Because
Jim Boeheim's 2-3 zone match. That's the goal. And then we'll do a 1-3-1 once they get to 2-3 zone down. Why would you ever play man?
Because kids can't follow the zone. Who's supposed to take who?
Well, we're about to find out.
I can tell you something. My basketball career, we played a 1-2-2. Yeah, we played a 1-2-2 zone in high school. And I backed up our starting point guard. So I was the point guard on the second team. I was just the zone breaker. You could not shut me down in the zone. Dribble the gaps. That's the name of the game. And then we played a 1-3-1 full court zone. Zone breaker. Give me the ball, dribble the gaps.
Well, that's much easier, right? In a high school level, like fifth grade is like, I told the kids, and I hope there's something out there. Literally, I said, your homework, and I just assume there is. This will be funny if there's not. I was like, guys, homework. You all watch YouTube. Just put in Golden State Warriors spacing. I'm hoping if you put that into YouTube, I'm just assuming because the Warriors have always been so good doing that, right? I'm like, just put in, because we're trying to teach them how to space also on the fast break. I'm like, Golden State Warriors spacing, watch how they space. Less dribbling. Like, I wanted to just pull up a video and be like, see, when LeBron gets the ball here, he just throws it. No dribbling. This is what we want. But you can't really explain that without them seeing it.
Yeah. Sounds like you need some Army 11 drills.
What's that?
Oh, you look it up. It's basically like a nonstop fast break drill. Two guys. There's two guys playing defense. So one's at like the free throw line and one's under the basket. And then you come down 3-on-2. You dribble at them 3-on-2, and then you try to get a bucket. And whichever the guy on the defense gets a rebound, those two guys, and then somebody from off the court runs down for as the 3-man fast break to the guys on the other end. It's just like a nonstop fast break practice.
I think we've
fast
done
break
that before.
Offense and defense.
Yeah, I think we've done that in past seasons. It's weird because there's no press still, and you can't pick them up. Like, I actually thought of Bill Belichick today, and I think the kids like mistook what I said, because I kept saying we're cheating the system because you can't pick up until they're past half court. So like, we're teaching them, get the rebound, go right to the edge of court. They can't pick you up. And I was like, guys, this is called cheating the system. And I just kept thinking of Bill Belichick of like, how can you push the quote unquote rules to your favor So then I had them all deflate basketballs.
I was gonna say full Bill Belichick is, where's Coach Andy? He's filming the practice of the team we're playing tomorrow, and also he has adjusted the temperature in their gym. So we're all gonna wear long sleeves, and people will wonder why we showed up for long sleeves, because Andy has turned on the air conditioner on high, and also their rim is 3 inches higher than it should be when they come.
You think he's ever going to retire?
Probably at some point.
I mean, he will, but I wonder at this point, is he just going for the all-time wins? Is he going for Shula?
For sure he is. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer.
It's pretty crazy, Joe, that we live in an age. I know records are broken, and you say, "Oh," but who's breaking his record? Who's going to break that record? And who's breaking Brady's 100,000 passing yards?
Yeah.
We all know how great Mahomes is, but I just don't. Who's the guy who's going to play that long?
I think that the fact of the matter is, with money these days, if you're Patrick Mahomes, you get to the end of your $500 million contract, you sign one more, couple years. How much? It's oh, I've got more money than anybody essentially. Why would I stick around and go through what Tom Brady went through? I just can't see anybody playing that long with the money that's out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's a point I actually never thought of. The money part. You make that money, what's the incentive?
If you get a Super Bowl or a couple Super Bowls and you get $600 million, you're hanging around for what? Another Super Bowl at the cost of maybe some CTE, and you dying with your money just in the bank as you eat oatmeal? as your brother does the oatmeal in your mouth dance for TikTok. To Red Hot Chili Peppers Airplane. It's my aeroplane. Open up your mouth. Here it comes. Wow. Just wheeling him out, fucking Stephen Hawking style, so he could do a fucking TikTok dance over him. Patrick Mahomes just dancing back and forth with the remote control on his wheelchair.
I think he said something must have. I don't know if it was a family sit down. I don't know if it was a Patrick Mahomes to Jackson Mahomes, because we haven't heard much from Jackson. I think something was said in the offseason, look, man,
stop! For God's sake, stop it!
Yeah, we can't do this anymore. Now, I'm not on TikTok still, but he's not showing up at games and stuff, is he?
I have no idea.
Which makes me think, no, then he's not. Because the stuff would be viral. He literally danced on the number of a murdered former NFL player. I mean, I think we need to take a minute to just if you really think about it, he did a TikTok.
Yeah.
On the number of somebody who was murdered.
Yeah.
What a idiot. I don't even know how to I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words right now.
I mean, to be fair, he has no idea who Sean Taylor is.
He's not doing stuff, right? You're on TikTok right now.
I'm trying to find out. My shit is not loading.
Well, we can assume.
I'm not going to fuck with our thing right now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just assume that, and I hope that that's the case. We got a nice little fun show today.
Great.
We had to change some things up. We are hoping to get another Hall of Fame. I don't know if you can call it nomination or induction with a dirt ball. No, a dirt ball. Who
got it.
Cracked the Jameis 1 of 1. We had to push that. So I I did find myself looking at some of those tweets today because I hadn't gone on there for a while, and I can't do it.
Oh, Jameis one of one's tweets.
Yeah,
I haven't been on since
I
evening.
hadn't since you and I tag teamed. Same thing. I hadn't been on, and then dude, I saw the most cherry picked tweet of all time. Like, I almost spit out my breakfast laughing. Like it was so ridiculous. I was reading it this morning as I was prepping for the show, and I just thought, like, dude, this is the most. It was, you know how you were riffing like a few episodes ago, and when you were riffing, like it was really funny, but now it's one of those things where like a Joe Prano riff comedic improvisation thing is now like officially reality.
Right.
Like I read this and I was like, this is what Joe did a few weeks ago. I'm just going to read it and then we'll go on to some other stuff. It says Jameis Winston outside of 2 full games played with a broken back and COVID game, in parentheses, down 9 starters and 7 coaches in his complete Saints career as a QB1, 16 touchdown passes, 1 interception, 6-1 record, 137.7 passer rating. Under that asterisk, highest passer rating ever was Rodgers at 122.5. So let me just repeat that. He's saying Jameis Winston outside of 2 full games with a broken back and also this random COVID game from last year when they were missing 9 starters and 7 coaches. These are his stats. And he's saying he had a higher passer rating from those weird games. It's like, dude, are you even reading what you're writing?
Yeah.
And in there was a dirtball. Definitely a dirtball who wrote.
Shut up, Ethan.
Oh, Ethan.
Yes. Well, I know we were supposed to have on the Hall of Famer to be dirtball this morning. And I on some medication from my car accident, little neck and back pain. First time taking this med, just literally, I slept till like 10:30 today. That never happens to me. Like,
so how is heroin? How is heroin? Does it?
It's good.
It's hard, right?
Yeah. Fentanyl is crazy, bro.
What'd they give you?
I don't even know. It's on the table, but it's some painkiller. And I never, like, for me, when we're gonna go live at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.
You're a morning person.
The idea that I'm not up automatically at 8:30 at the latest. Sometimes, 8:45, and then I'll text you, hey, can we go 9:15? I still need to, finish this coffee and then drop the Huxtables at the pool. But the idea of just supposed to go at 9 a.m., waking up at 10:30, like, what happened?
Well, like I said to you before the show, I knew something was up. That's why I was like, I'm going to send him a couple texts. And then I just figured, I don't know, did he get abducted?
Yeah, not abducted.
Did he take something, which it sounds like happened? So regardless, we're here, we're doing it. We'll bring him on next week, hopefully. I feel bad. We keep pushing it back, but we're gonna get to the bottom of this. And it's even more fascinating than probably you think as far as the listeners are concerned, just kind of how the whole code was cracked. I do want to ask this before we move on from Jameis, because this relates to tonight's game, which we should just pick out the gate since who knows when the show will be finished.
Right.
Which QB, I wrote this question, I thought of it this morning. I was reading an article about Baker Mayfield. Which QB's out of the NFL first, Joe? Baker Mayfield or Jameis Winston?
Ooh.
It's a good one, right? I was thinking, like, I don't know, it just came to me. I was like, this is a good question for the show.
That is a good one. I feel like Jameis Winston is out. No, I feel like Baker Mayfield is out first because
I agree. I bet we're going to have the same thought process.
Because I feel like he's not going to chase it. Like, he's not going to be like, I've got something to prove, blah, blah, blah. He'll go on. He'll do the Johnny Manziel thing. He'll start selling shit on the internet. Baker Mayfield has Johnny football type of fan base. Jameis Winston just has like 3 knucklehead lunatics who invested way too much in his cards. There's like 3 guys out there. No one else is like, oh, well, like when the Baker Cowherd thing happened, like so many Baker people like, what? Go fuck yourself. Very Johnny football. He'll just like leave and go do some shit. He'll start, Baker Mayfield Ford in like Oklahoma, sell some cars, be fine. Jameis Winston will keep trying. He like him and Jameis 1 of 1 are the only 2 people that believe he hasn't gotten a fair shot with being able to start for 2 football teams.
Yeah, and I think too, I agree with what you're saying. I feel like Baker will be out first. I also think Jameis will just be fine being the backup. Like I think it's more of Jameis 101 than the chase. I think Baker's not going to do that. I just don't think I don't think Baker will be a backup. Like I don't think teams will want that.
Right.
I think Jameis can kind of fit that mold a little better.
Which is insane. I don't really see how Jameis fits that mold either. But
no, you're right, because he's not a game manager.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both agree. I think because right now, so Baker's not starting tonight. He had a good. They were obviously down. They were down 35-0 at half, so they put him in, and he had a good second half against the Bengals. Now, to be fair, the Bengals didn't play any starters the whole fourth quarter, both sides of the ball. So like he's going against a backup defense. So make of that what you will. But they're still starting PJ Walker tonight.
Yeah.
We should make that pick out the gate. It's Falcons 2.5-point faves.
In Carolina.
Is it in Carolina?
I don't know. I'm asking you. In Carolina?
Yeah.
Let's ride. I'm going to go with the Falcons.
I mean, me too. I'm for sure going with the Falcons in this one. Especially if they can run the ball. We'll see. All right.
At this point, we flipped like, I know it's TBD, and I know obviously the last couple of years, even with how bad Jameis was, and even with how, he was on the bench behind Breeze and whatever, but even as of prior to this season, would you say Jameis better career than Mariota, and now it's flipped? Like with just this season alone, would you say Mariota's had a better career than Jameis Winston?
That's another great point. I think you're right. Well, look, they're in contention, and actually ESPN also had an article on that today. How Marcus Mariota, and he agreed, like this was like my last chance, man. And not like Marcus Mariota's having like a killer year.
Right.
But
the name of the game is to fucking win.
Yeah. And look, they're 4-5, but obviously it's a weak division. His stats aren't.
They're 4-5. Not a lot of people thought they'd be 4-5.
No, you're right. And obviously running the ball, I mean, they can run the ball, which Marcus Mariota is a part of.
Yep.
He's rushed for 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, like, you tack that on, 13 total touchdowns. He's playing all right. I think he has. And if you look at the full resume, he's got a road playoff win, man, in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I know it's just one, but he played, I don't know if you remember, he played great that game too.
Yeah, of course I do.
It's a road playoff win in arguably the hardest stadium to win in the playoffs or regular season. He won.
Not to mention, first he had to make the playoffs, which is something Jameis Winston has not done.
But if you look at Jameis's stats when the weather is 72.6 degrees,
or between 72.6 and 81.4 specifically.
Yeah, and it's a crescent moon. Best passer rating of all time.
Yeah.
All time.
Have you seen his waning moon numbers? I mean, those are even better.
Yeah.
The waning moon Jameis Winston during lunar eclipses.
Oh.
Lunar. Not solar eclipse. The lunar eclipse.
Yeah. Now his
passer rating's in the 160, even though 158 is perfect. 160.
Yeah. Now, most common idiots who don't understand football, who I'll argue with, would do solar eclipses. You don't do solar eclipses. You judge how the quarterback does during lunar eclipses. That's the correct way to do it. And Otto Graham is number one of all time.
Yeah.
The true GOAT.
The Goatsby.
The guy could play during
the
a
pre-Goatsby.
Yeah. Eclipses didn't bother him. Let's talk a little basketball, Joe. Let's talk a little.
Look at Andy. We got our Falcons, Panthers pick out of the way. Now you're like, let's transition into some hoops. Okay.
Well, we'll go back.
Kyrie Irving has been released by the Nets.
He has.
No, that was just a tweet that went viral today because somebody decided to become Woj and verify themselves. And it only tricked like 8 million people. Because Elon Musk. How about just two different colors? How about just two different color Twitter badges? Like, how about just that? How about the verified, the Twitter blue stays blue and the Twitter verified goes pink?
When did this go out?
Rich Eisen retweeted it.
But are they not looking at the @ handles?
Well, when you quote tweet it, it shows just the name, then the verified badge, and then the @ comes after it. So if it's long enough, you just don't even get to see it.
Oh, I'm here for it. You know me. I'm here for it. I'm all here for it.
I mean, I give, based on everything I know about Andy Ruther, I know that your Twitter usage has gone down as of late. Like, you're not on it the way you used to be. But even with Andy Ruther, like, I predict you get duped in the next 72 hours by a tweet.
I don't think I will. Ballsack Sports is verified now.
Yeah. Well, they are the sports Twitter for Ballsacks. So they were verified because they're legit, not because they paid for it.
Hey, man, Dirty Sports is officially verified, guys. So now we can have 10-minute videos, which you told me I could have done before if I had paid for Twitter Blue. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's something I feel ashamed that I didn't know.
And before it was $4.99, I think, or $3.99.
It was $4.99. The long video game. I like it. Also gave me access to some great top news stories. I was clicking on that Twitter Blue today, checking it out. Gave me some great, which included a TMZ story about people tricking people, kind of like what you're saying. But the Nets, in a serious tweet that was real, I read that they, which tipped me that they have hired Jacques Vaughn. Officially.
Yeah, because they were, that's good. I like this. I mean, the hiring of the Celtics coach that was rumored, that seemed a little weird to me. Not that I agree that what he did should have been a year suspension, but it seemed weird for the Nets to try to swoop in and be like, we actually don't give any fucks whatsoever. We'll just take you because you're a good coach. And I like Jacques Vaughn. I've always liked Jacques Vaughn. So I think this is a good move for them.
Well, I thought he kind of they played good under him before. I thought he kind of got the short end of the stick. Like, why didn't you guys just stick with them?
Right.
And they didn't. And obviously we saw how everything played out.
Trying to be flashy.
Yeah, but flashy doesn't work.
I agree. Now they're back.
But even just like I don't know, you're seeing these teams that were put together. No one saw the Utah Jazz doing what they're doing.
No.
And I'm not saying they're going to.
The opposite of the Andy Ruther curse, the Nick D'Alessandro bump. Nicky D out there. We got a nice video from Dan Dole of Nick doing the Jazz City Dancers. I don't know what they're called, the Mormonettes or whatever. And Nick's
great
got
video.
His camera just on the ground. He's doing upskirts of the Mormon chicks at the Jazz game.
That's a great video of Nick. Nick
Yeah.
Nick is a man of the people. He's got up close when they're dancing. Yeah. Shout out to Dan for sending that. They're boys, by the way.
Yeah.
I talked to Nick. We caught up. Good when dirtballs unite, hang out. They become friends. I mean, he's hustling.
Yeah. Every day.
And I'll be honest, I talking to him on the phone. I felt a new confidence, a new swag. I guess when you're filming, he's gonna hate hearing this. When you're that close to Mormon Cooch, I mean, I don't know. I don't know another way to put it. Like, hey, you got to be filming it, man.
Your son, he's all grown up.
It makes me
happy.
Talked
to him the other day. He said, he's turned over a new leaf, and midnight is now the latest he'll have a cheese stick.
Oh.
So that's good.
Yeah. You imagine him finding a nice lady. He wakes her up at like 3 a.m. She's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You want a cheese stick?" And she's like, "What?" Yeah.
She's like, "What? You had Don's just a couple of hours ago."
Don's.
He's like, "That feels like forever ago. Feels like I went back in time since that happened." She's like, maybe we should load up on better snacks so you don't eat cheese sticks. And then he gets just like a small tear in his eye, and he's like, "Let's go to Costco."
No, we have to. Nick and I have to do one last Andy goes to Costco.
One last thing. You should go to Utah. Go to the Utah Costco.
I think they have the largest one in the country, for real.
Do they?
I think they do.
Well, when you're feeding 8 wives. That's where they came up with the idea for Costco. Some guy went in and he was like, can I get a box of Raisin Bran that can last more than one day? And they were like, why does your Raisin Bran go so fast? He's like, I have 8 wives.
Dude, it's in Salt Lake.
We have 26 children.
It's in Salt Lake. Of course it is.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is why Costco exists, to feed Mormons and their huge families. You ever notice that? You go to Costco and it's like family size. You're like, whose family has 60 people in it? Mormons, that's who. It's just a bucket of peanut butter filled pretzels that look like the Gatorade thing they dump on the Super Bowl winning coach. You had to take out a shelf in your cabinet just so it could stand upright.
I guess I never thought of that. You're right. Like, it does say families. Like, what family is this?
What family needs 600 eggs?
It used to, it's not Costco, but it used to just frustrate my mom when my dad would go to Sam's Club. Like when they were empty nesters. She'd be like, "What are you doing, dude?" He would come home with that big thing of like ketchup or mayonnaise. Like, there's 2 of you. Like, how long? And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Look what I was doing. I still go, by the way.
You were a single man in Venice Beach and you were shopping at Costco.
In a studio apartment. Now that I actually think about it.
That's why your diet was the way it was. You're like, tell me about your diet. You're like, I get up every day. I make a 14 egg omelet. Fuckboy scramble. I use an entire bag of spinach. You're like, what? Why?
Remember when I said I used 2 avocados and people were like, 2 avocados? Like, who needs 2 avocados? By the way, I took that note from you and everybody. Went down to 1 avocado. I did not need 2.
2 avocados and
did not need 2 full avocados.
And 1 scramble.
1 avocado is more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I feel lonely though, man. Like when I go to Costco now, I need Nick. I need him filming me.
Roscoe doesn't go to Costco with you? Roscoe to Costco? Why don't you take him to Roscoe to Costco?
I wish I could take him to Costco, man. He'd love it.
You need to get Roscoe a service dog vest.
Oh my God. How funny would that be? How do you apply for the service dog thing? You just get a doctor to sign a note.
Yeah. Or I think you could just buy a service dog vest on like Etsy or something like that. No one's allowed to question it. Like, can I see his paperwork? No, you can't.
That's true. Actually, at that Costco, in Los Angeles, the one in Marina Del Rey that I went to, I'd always see people walking in. People walking in there like German shepherds and shit. You're like, what do you do? What are you doing here?
Just the guys who like sell pit bulls down on Venice Beach coming in like, yo, I need to get some dog food, yo. And they're like, sir, you can't bring it. He's like, yo, bro, chill, dude.
So my new thing that I'm obsessed with are these LeBron videos of lying. They're so funny to me. It's like my new jam because they're just ridiculous. And I just love that he lies about the dumbest shit. And I'm sure you're seeing some of these.
Yeah, I've seen the threads
because they're everywhere. And I just can't get enough of it because it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, did you know this existed before?
What?
Like, is this just a new thing? Because some of them were like, yeah, dude, the one about the Kobe apparently has been out. Like, everybody's been laughing about that forever. I'd never seen that. You had seen that?
Yeah.
So, and now the memes are so funny. Like, people have you seen this now where people are just making stuff up?
No.
Oh, they're so funny. Somebody tweeted yesterday, it has 160,000 likes. I liked it on Dirty Sports. It's a picture of JFK the day he was assassinated, going down in Dallas with the convertible. The caption says, I told JFK that the drop top wasn't a good idea the day before. LeBron James. So now this is like turned into a thing. LeBron's lied so much about just weird random shit that people are creating their own LeBron things.
I can't wait for the shitty like NBA reporters like, oh, LeBron, have you seen the memes about you lying?
Wait, I hope they do. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah, but that's the kind of shit. It's like, okay, we're layers into it, but yeah, somebody will ask it. That's what I'm saying. The Andy Ruther of NBA reporters will be like, have you seen the memes about you?
Oh, I think they should. How can they not? They're so fucking funny, man. How could you not? I mean, the one video, let me pull up the good thread. There's a bunch of threads out there. The one thread that I like the most is it's just titled Thread of LeBron James Lying for Absolutely No Reason. And that's to me what makes it funny is they're what I would call harmless lies, right?
Yeah.
Like they're just like whatever. Like the first one is when he predicted Kobe's 81-point game, which apparently this is a thing and I didn't know about it. So LeBron years ago acted like he knew the game was going to happen. Here's the audio from that.
I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and I said he was going to, before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that, and my friends was with me, and they was like, okay. So when he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now. So, I mean, I'm a fan of the game, and to see that performance was unbelievable.
So, like, that's a great one. That's a great first one.
That was young LeBron.
That was young LeBron, where he's again saying,
it is a question.
That's the next one I'm gonna do. Where he predicted it. He told his boys, hey, he's gonna hit 70 tonight. Now he's in the NBA at that point, though.
Yeah. So
he's like 3 years in. This one is low key, maybe my favorite. And this is from, I think it's is this an Italian reporter or a Spanish reporter?
I have no idea.
So this is where this one comes from. So this is during the NBA Finals. And I don't know which year. I see Golden State lead series 3-2. I don't know if this is the year they won it all or when they lost. It's either 2015 or 2016. It has to be one of those. Anyway, I guess LeBron had said he had seen The Godfather 6 times, which is like, that's not, whatever. Like I've probably seen it 6 times, not more. But he can't pick any scene. And it's funny because like the reporter's foreign and there's probably like a disconnect with the language. But like, so he like keeps asking him, and or no, he doesn't keep. LeBron just keeps digging it. Here's what's fascinating to me about the LeBron line is that he just keeps talking. Where it's like, dude, it'll be easier if you don't keep talking. So this is where LeBron can't pick a scene of The Godfather. It's pretty funny.
Not related to the game, but since it has been a lot of publicity yesterday and today about Godfather Part 2, which is
it's Godfather Part 2.
The scene or the moment or the phrase or the quote you like more from the movie?
Oh, from The Godfather. It's too many different phrases and too many different lines in that movie to just categorize one.
Categorize.
But which is the one which inspires you?
I like the which is the one that
inspirates you. I understand, but ¿cómo se llama? Pick one. LeBron, all I am saying is, do you know a line from the movie? Yes, it's okay. Not categorize. Not categorize. Have you seen movie?
Tomorrow.
I mean, each movie is 9 hours long. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, there's so many. I don't know. I'll let you pick one, and I'll roll with it. It's a great trilogy.
Porque I don't want to pick one. My favorite in movies, Fredo going on boat, get shot. But what is your favorite?
And I think that's what makes it great is that like LeBron clearly is like not getting mad. He's like, oh,
LeBron, let me help you with one. Maybe you leave a quote, and take the cannolis. Is this helpful for you?
Yeah, I think
LeBron, can you not think of one because maybe, como se dice, somebody hit you with a trash can top? Is this helpful for you? LeBron, you are here at Staples. Did you have to go through toll booth to get here at Staples? Just throwing it out there. Does this happen to you today?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite one. And then there's this one.
LeBron, you are playing Mavericks tonight, yes? Mavericks have a horse in their logo. Just a head, though, in the logo. Just the head of the horse. Just throwing it out there. It's just the horse head in the logo. Maybe if the logo of the Mavericks was in your bed, this would help you with pick scene. No? Come on, teacher. What the fuck?
Dude, I love this. Again, this one's got to be my favorite because LeBron's like, dude, the movies are 9 hours. Like, yeah, dude, you can't pick one. Like, there's so many great scenes. You can't pick one. Did you take a toll? I don't know why. This guy is my favorite. It's unbelievable. Like I don't know how this is just coming to light. So the Malcolm X one's pretty good, but it's not as good. I think everybody knows the Malcolm X one where he's holding the book. And it's Taylor Rooks asks him about it. And I'm not gonna play the whole thing, I'll play some of it, but he just gives like the most vague answer.
Taylor, you want to follow up?
Yeah. So you're holding the autobiography of Malcolm X along with Alex Haley. I don't know how far you are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
Dude, by the way, the look on his face when she starts asking him, you can see visually like, fuck. You know what it is? It's the kid who the teacher calls on you. Yeah. Just the look is like, oh boy.
It's like you're in 7th grade on your way into the class. You walk by fucking Susie, whoever, and you're like just thinking about her, and you're like, man, I'm a 12-year-old with a boner right now. Just like, oh, and then the teacher calls you, like, what? Photosynthesis.
Yeah,
more like borophyll.
Yeah, that's the look on his face of like, it's also like, you fucking bitch. Why did you ask me about this?
Because you're holding the book, LeBron.
I kind of just started a couple days ago, but I've read and a lot of notes over the years. This is my first time actually reading this from start to finish.
So let's go over there. Like, he started a couple days ago, so you should be somewhere like 20 pages. Let's give you 20 pages.
Imagine reading like 20 pages in a couple days.
Well, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, right? It's like 20 pages. And now he's saying start to finish, and now he's saying notes. Like, there's a lot of misleading things here. 20 seconds in.
But just a very very smart man.
like it's just.
What's your biggest takeaway? Denzel did a great job.
Smart man.
Very, very, very smart man.
Very, very, very smart.
His words in the 60s. And
what the fuck are you talking about, LeBron? We're 36 seconds in. His words in the 60s. Okay. What about him? Let's get to something.
and what was going on is actually what's going on today.
Okay.
Him understanding how powerful the Negro can be. He used that word a lot. How powerful we are, but we have to unite, and we have to be together. We have to.
Good pivot, by the way. That was smart right there. That was smart.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Meanwhile,
his first word.
meanwhile, the Italian reporter's in the back waving his hand. Hey, you say he's a smart man. Would you say he's a smarter than Mo Green? Huh? Throwing it out there. Just pick any character in the movie, please. Can you name one? Please.
I love the Italian guy. We
Yeah.
gotta find this guy. I want this Italian guy. You know what this guy should do? He should go to every basketball game and just ask him questions related to Godfather.
Yeah.
Like that's your job. You only ask NBA guys questions about the Godfather. This is another good one. We'll end it on this one. This one's funny. It says lie. I don't know what show LeBron's doing, and I don't know what year it was, but it's titled "Lying Directly to an Old Liverpool Player About Watching Soccer." It's pretty funny too. It's a quick one, but it's really good.
And how amazing it is, and I actually made a trip over, to Liverpool as well, and see all the sights and the arena and everything. So it was pretty unique.
Yeah, Crouchy is actually a Liverpool legend. He used to play there. I don't know if you knew that.
So now the visual is she's pointing to the guy on the show. And she's like, he used to play for them. And then this is where LeBron just goes into his lie.
No, I knew that. I didn't get an opportunity to see him play when he was with the club, but I definitely knew that.
The current captain, Jordan Henderson, just scored his first goal for England the other day. It was amazing to see. Are you a fan of his?
No, absolutely. And I saw a clip of that too. I didn't get an opportunity to actually see the game live, but I saw that he was able to score one in the match the other day, and I thought that was it's pretty unique, the fact that he would do that and then also be with Liverpool Football Club.
Como se dice, LeBron, you're watching the clip of the soccer. You can remember the goal, but you can't remember one scene in 6 hours of 2 movies. I find this hard to believe.
Oh my God. Do you think LeBron's watched? He had to have watched Godfather, right, Joe?
Yeah. He had to have, but he's probably tweeting the whole time. Probably on the gram.
Man. Classics. If you're listening to this show, all jokes aside, and you haven't watched,
I think my favorite part is say hello to my little friend. The guy's like, sir, this has gone too far. Please, this movie, this is not a mob movie. This is a Hispanic a drug dealer. This is not a mob movie. Please, from my heart. from my heart and on behalf of all of my people. Please. Al Pacino in both movies, though. I understand your confusion.
We got to we have your boy Gallinari. Talk to him or something.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Out for the season. The Gallinari should just go hang out with LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. Like they should do a sit down together. Bang out all three Godfathers. He can maybe talk a little Italian history
or just
to him.
Or just the first two. Just watch the first two again,
Yeah.
LeBron.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why'd they do that?
Did you watch The Offer? I think I asked you this already. It's on Paramount Plus. It's great. It's great. For you Godfather fans out there, it's a must watch.
Okay. I will. I'm a huge fan. Like I said, I read all the books too. I'm a big Mario Puzo guy.
Oh, you're a big fan. Which is your favorite scene?
Didn't like. I think.
What's your favorite page of the books? Please pick any page. Promise if you guess a number between 1 and 600, there it is there.
I read one of his books twice. I ended up going back and reading it like years later. Fools Die. Like, or no, actually, no, I feel like LeBron. Or was it one of the other ones that I read twice? It all goes together. I mean, there's more. I'm not going to play anymore. What's funny is this all came to light because he said he was listening to Migos his first year with Miami, and their first mixtape didn't come out till later.
That's funny because this is the one that jump started the whole thing, but like,
which is the least ridiculous.
Yeah, like
whatever, dude. His timeline's not right.
Also, he's a world famous NBA player at that point. If Migos has an unreleased mixtape, he's probably got it.
No, I couldn't agree more. Like, that was what's so weird. I was like, this is the one that everyone's freaking out about. He's off on a year or 8 months, whatever. Like, whatever. Like the Italian one. This is the cream of the crop here. The Italian guy. I guess there's tweets too. I mean, the tweets are pretty funny. The tweets, you got to get on this, man. Just put LeBron and again, like the JFK one. It just makes me laugh so much. See, Joe, this is what we got to keep. I don't know what's going to happen with the future of Twitter. We got to keep this shit. This shit gives me I'm cracking up. This gives me so much joy. We can't let Twitter go to hell. So I hope to God that guy figures it out and we all make this work, because I can't lose these gems, man. And this is, by the way, this is like a Black Twitter thing. Like, Black Twitter is finding all this great stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Just make different color badges. I think you should have a black check mark if you're part of Black Twitter. It should be a different price.
How do you get into Black Twitter though?
I have no idea.
Like, can non-Black people be in Black Twitter?
No, I don't think you can get a verified black check unless you're Black Twitter.
What about World of Wob? Is he Black?
No.
But I thought you said he's like the king of Black Twitter.
Yeah.
You can't have a king and non-Black.
He can get invited to the cookout because he's got the lead NBA Twitter account.
So he's in. You might be onto something. You like rainbow check mark.
Yeah.
Now we're just factioning everything off, though. I mean, I don't know, but I just know that I don't want this stuff to ever go away. It's too funny for me. You got a show tonight?
I do, in Oxnard, California, Andy. Levy Live in Oxnard, last minute addition to the show up there. So if anybody's listening to this immediately, if anybody's watching live, lives in and around Oxnard, be there tonight.
Yeah. And
of course, I've got shows down in Plano, Texas, Thanksgiving week. This is just a couple weeks away now. 2 weeks from today, I'll be at the Thanksgiving Thursday Giants Dallas game in Dallas, followed by shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the 25th, 26th, and 27th. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday. House of Comedy in Texas, House of Comedy TX on all social media. It is in Plano. Praino in Plano.
And when you're in Fort Worth, or not Fort Worth, I forget, what is it? Irving, where do the Cowboys play?
Arlington.
Arlington. There's so many little cities. There's so many cities down there. You'll be drinking some Miller Lite because that is the main sponsor for the Dallas Cowboys. We see it every game in the end zone. They got a big Miller Lite sign. You'll be supporting the brand down there, having some cold ones while you watch a very important game between the Giants and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That should be a good one.
Giants have Texans and then Lions. 2 should be wins, right?
Ooh.
2 should be wins. Giants should be, again, should being the most important word, should be 8-2 going into Dallas.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Dallas, I believe, has the Packers this week and then maybe Philly again.
I think you're right. Packers will be tough because, look, I know the Packers aren't playing well. It's still in Green Bay. And you know Aaron Rodgers is going to want to play well against his old coach. Which, Green Bay, once again, back to Miller Lite. Milwaukee, home of the original light beer. So, Dirtballs, we are in full swing right now during football season. From kickoff through halftime and even into overtime, Miller Lite has the winning taste beer drinkers look for in a light beer. It's the OG one. It's the fan favorite since 1975. So this football season, enjoy the sweet taste of victory with Miller Lite, the original light beer. Find it pretty much anywhere beer is sold, or go to MillerLite.com/dirty sports for delivery options near you. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Okay. You want to hop into our picks?
Let's do it, Andy.
Let's do this. So you didn't gain any ground on me.
No, 1-1-1 last week.
We're halfway through the season. I got a 7-point lead.
Yep.
So you got to start chipping away at that.
I'm thinking about picking up 2 or 3 this week.
Ooh.
2 or 3. Call it 2. I'm going to pick up 2 this week.
The Danger Witch bet is on the line. Lots of comments on YouTube about the Danger Witch.
Right now?
Since the show started. Just seems like the Danger Witch is on people's mind. That looks so repulsive. This is one, it's weird. This is one of the few years where, like, in the past, I'm like, okay, whatever. I really don't want to do this because there's just so much crap on this that I don't like. So I really got to avoid an epic collapse here. So I don't want to deal with some of this shit. But let's hop into games.
Let's do it.
Quick recap. We were both taking the Falcons tonight.
Correct.
Cover at home against the Panthers. Moving ahead, Sunday, we have an early game in Germany. It'll be 6:30 a.m. your time, 9:30 my time.
Boy.
The Seahawks against the Bucks. The Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. This is a tricky game. Seahawks are looking good. We talked about this last episode. They're 6-3. They're doing good against the spread. They're 6-3. The Bucks are only 2-6-1 against the spread. But I can't believe I'm going to do this. If this game was played in, if it was played in Seattle or Tampa, I'm taking Seattle. The Germany thing is throwing me off. I just feel like that the Germany thing alone, it's like I feel like Brady's going to be more prepared. He's going to get his guys prepared. Maybe I'm putting too much into that. You know, Giselle, she's Brazilian. Is she like German Brazilian though? Is she like related to when the Nazis hid? I mean, that's a bold claim I'm making right now. I'm probably getting canceled for that or a lawsuit. I don't know. Is it a Brady revenge Giselle German game? Does that make any sense at all? Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of Germans hid out in Brazil when the Nazis left. Is that her lineage? I don't know. Could I find it out quickly? Probably on Wikipedia. Not going to do it though. All that being said, I can't believe I'm doing this because they fuck me over every week. God damn it, Tom. You just wheeling me back in. Bucks cover.
I'm taking the Bucks because Germany is actually where Tom Brady imports a lot of his baby blood from. And so I think I think he's getting it fresh this week. I also think that these things come back to the middle a little bit. I think the fact that the Seahawks are 6-3 against the spread, and the Bucks are 2-6-1 or whatever he said. When it comes to spread, by the end of the year, you should be pretty close to even one way or the other. So I'm going to take the Bucks as well.
Okay, I'm shocked. I'm shocked you're doing that. All right. You're up first in this one. This is a tough one. Vikings at Bills. We don't
What's
know.
the spread? Josh Allen not playing, right?
Case Keenum would play, for the record, if Josh Allen does not play. So it'd be Case Keenum against his old team, which he took. Did he take them to a NFC Championship game?
He did indeed. Yes.
Okay.
He's been significantly further in the playoffs than Kirk Cousins ever has been.
So the Bills are 3.5-point favorites. It's in Buffalo. I don't know why he would play. If I'm a Bills fan, I'm concerned. This is a very similar injury. I believe that what Carson Palmer had years ago, and it fucked it. Like, he had a bad year and he had to miss 12 games, and I don't know. It's a tough one to go with.
Case Keenum revenge game. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm shocked again. You've thrown two surprises to me. So you think the Bills cover?
Even if they play a backup. Yeah.
At 3.5.
This is the back down to earth game for the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings looked sketchy last week against the Commanders. 3.5. I don't love the half-point hook. But yeah, I'm going to take the Bills.
Man, I want to think I agree with you, sadly. But we don't know who's playing, do we?
We do not know.
I'm going to take the Vikings. I hate this. I'm going to do it.
Let's go.
I'm getting a little cocky. I'm going against my gut.
I like that.
You know, I'm going against my gut because I want to
You want to bury me.
I kind of want to bury you.
I've seen this play before. This is a strategy that's not worked for Andy Ruther. And then next episode, you're like, I didn't even want to take that game, but I wanted to bury you, and then it'll cost me.
No, you know what? I'm not going to blame anyone but myself. Like, if it doesn't work, it's on me. Like I said, I'm going against my gut. But we'll see. All right. Lions, fresh off that W at Chicago. Lions are feeling good. Bears are 3-point faves. Saying this game is even on a neutral field then. I'm up first. Now the Bears offense has played well. Their defense just sucks. I don't know what's going on. Like, they can't stop anybody. 3 is right. I think it's going to be like a push game. I think it's going to be right around there. Basically, my thought process is this. If I pick the Bears, if I pick the Lions, I'm saying the Lions are going to win the game. Like, the Lions win back-to-back games.
Right.
That's what I'm saying in my head. I think it's going to be a field goal game either way. Lions offense or the Lions defense sucks too. I'm going with the Bears.
This is a tough call for me too. It's kind of surprising that it's Bears 3-point favorites. I don't like the Lions to win back-to-back games, but I also see the Bears having an offense that's kind of come together the last few weeks. Seems like a little fool's gold to me. Like, I'm not sure that they've really got together. Like, Justin Fields isn't going to run for 170 yards again. I'm going to go with the Lions to to try to steal one from you, and on the chance that it's like a field goal at the buzzer game and like a 1 point or 2 point Chicago win. So let's go.
Wow. I don't like these last two. I do not like these last two. This is how you gain on me. Okay. Broncos, Titans. Another interesting spread, which I don't understand. It's in Tennessee. I know they have a backup quarterback, but whatever. It doesn't matter when you run the ball with Derrick Henry. The Broncos are only, I already know what we're both going to do. The Broncos are only 3-point dogs. I assume I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Tennessee.
Yeah, me too. Nothing in that says Russell Wilson's going to stay in the game. Wristband or no wristband, whatever this wristband stuff is now.
Yeah.
I do like now there's just veiled shots between Carroll and Russell Wilson now.
Yeah.
And they're getting more aggressive talking shit against each other.
See, the thing is I like the veiled shots from Pete Carroll. Russ, of course, Mr. Unlimited, pretty Mr. Limited in his comebacks. He's like, we won a lot of games without me wearing a wristband. It's like, yeah, but Geno Smith's winning a lot of games while wearing a wristband. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah. I saw a great meme of that today. It was like Russell's wristband. It was like hand the ball off to Marshawn. All right, so we're both going to go with the Titans. I knew that would happen. Okay. Jags, Chiefs. We got another interesting spread. It's in Kansas City. The Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites. Forget, did you go first or did I go first?
I think I went first last time.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm taking the Chiefs to cover.
Yeah, me too.
Like, why is this only 9.5?
I mean, 9.5, like, I think it'll be in that 10-point range, but also, yeah, I just don't see them slowing down the Chiefs at all.
Right? Like, okay, so I'm hopping over to Prize Picks right now because that's when we talk about stopping them. I want to see what they have for yards for the quarterbacks because that's a great gauge for this game. So hopping over to Prize Picks like I am, like here's a great one. And it's by far the highest total of the week for passing yards is Patrick Mahomes. It's more or less 302.5.
Wow.
No one comes close to that. The next highest is Brady at 275.5. So like, he's almost 30 more yards higher.
I'm going to go more than, and the only reason I'm worried about going more than is because I think it's a game where they're just running out the clock at the end for a quarter.
Yeah. And conversely, Trevor Lawrence is more or less than 245.5 passing yards.
I'm going to go more than. Throwing to try to get back in a game.
So hop on over to Prize Picks right now, the official DFS sponsor of our show, guys. All first-time users that deposit and use promo code DIRTY will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. So if you deposit $100,
I love Prize Picks.
Yeah, you get $100 back. Just so download Prize Picks today. Play daily fantasy sports with us. Make sure you use promo code DIRTY when you sign up. Guys, it's really straightforward. You're just competing against the projections. So go ahead and do that right now. And pay attention to our social because we'll have some lock picks as I coast through here and look at some of these games. All right, we're both going with the Chiefs. Browns, Dolphins. The Fins are 3.5-point favorites. It's in Miami. You're up first here.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
I think I'm going to go with the Browns. I think the Browns keep this game close, run the ball, keep it close.
Dude,
don't like the 3.5. 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone is so onto his dick right now. I just don't get it. Am I a hater? I don't get it. I understand, he's playing well. I think that offense works for him, and everybody needs a good scheme. And Tyreek Hill is on pace to have like 1,900 plus receiving yards. I just don't get it though, man. I was getting my hair cut yesterday and my beard trimmed. Thanks to everybody who told me I looked fresh today, because I got a lot of those compliments. And by that, I mean two. But ESPN was on in my barbershop. And not only did it remind me why I don't watch ESPN, but it's like, it's a clown show. They were doing their first, second, and third tier of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This is what Max Kellerman had. And that's why I'm bringing up Tua. His first tier was Patrick Mahomes by himself. Fine. And by the way, this is like right now. How they're playing right now / this season. He had Tua in his second tier.
Is this of all the quarterbacks in the league, or it's like 6 guys or something like that?
This is all the quarterbacks in the AFC. He didn't have Josh Allen or Joe Burrow on any. I'm like, what is happening here, dude? Like, are you on crack? It's like
all this to say you're picking the Dolphins, huh?
I don't know who I'm picking. Who'd you pick? You picked the Browns.
Yeah.
But you're right. Here's the thing. The Browns coming off a big win. They had a bye after the Bengals game. It all comes down to, can they run the ball? The Dolphins defense sucks. They just gave 178 rushing yards to a quarterback. No, I'm going to go with the Browns. Because to me, this is one of those games where it's like a dogfight.
I feel like Andy Ruther curse coming. I'm going to be upset I didn't go with the Dolphins after Tua throws for 500 yards.
Yeah,
8
but
touchdowns.
But again, Joe, it's one of those games where that won't matter. Like, he's not going to be able to do that. I think the Browns are going to be able to run the ball. And if they chew up the clock with these long drives, Tua's only going to have so many possessions. That's what I think is going to happen. All right, we're both going with the Browns. All right, I'm up next. Texans against the Giants. This one's in New York. The Texans are 4.5 dogs. I'm going to go with the Texans, man.
Let's go. This is definitely a game the Giants could lose. This would be classic Giants. I mean, I remember the Giants in a good season losing to David Carr back in the day. I think it was in the Texans' first year in the fucking league.
David Carr, not Derek Carr.
Yeah, not Derek Carr, David Carr. This has trap game for the New York Giants written all over it, but I'll tell you 2 reasons why I am taking the Giants to win and cover. 1, the game opened at 6, I believe. And then if my line watching is correct, it went from 6 to 6.5, which I was shocked because I thought 6 was a little high. I think it settled at the right number, 4.5. But usually when the line moves early, that's the big money guys in Vegas trying to jump on the line when it's immediately posted. So the fact that it went up to 6.5 makes me think that the sharps in Vegas like the Giants. And then the public bet it all the way down to 4.5. Now, I think that might be the right number, but being on the same side as the big money Vegas gamblers makes me feel good. And also, Giants coming off a bye. I mean, Dable, I don't know, we'll see if he's an Andy Reid type or he's just like so dominant after a bye. But I like the fact that they have probably been able to instill a little bit more of an offense, a little bit more wrinkles, to help out Daniel Jones to get Saquon Barkley the ball in positions where he can do something. So I like that the Giants coming off the bye week having a nice solid victory.
So this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the Texans can do what they did against Philly. Just again, it's the same thing with the Browns. Run the ball, chew up the clock. If that happens, we keep this game close. I just want them to keep it close. The Giants aren't a team that's not that 4.5. It's a decent size spread, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with they've done all right for me this year. I feel like the majority of the time I've taken the Texans, I'm ahead.
Let's go.
I'm gonna ride with them. All right, Saints Steelers. Ugh. Talk about a game I do not want to watch. Saints at Steelers. Steelers are 1.5 dogs. You're up. So Andy Dalton, doing Andy Dalton things. He's, going against his old rivals in the AFC North. I don't know. The Saints are favorites, though.
This is a tough one because it's in Pittsburgh, makes it tough. Are the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a bye week?
Correct.
This is a tough one.
Saints Monday Night Football, so short week for the Saints.
Yeah. This is tough because I don't like the Steelers winning any games. But I'm going to take them.
Yeah, well, I am too. I don't know. I was right about the Baltimore game, and not that he played terrible, but like I've seen enough of Andy Dalton. I'm going to take the Steelers.
Can I change my pick? Okay. You're right. You're right. That wouldn't be in the.
That's just kind of the point. It's like
yeah. You're right. You're right.
I'm just saying. I wanted to do that earlier after you made it.
DJ, shut the fuck up. We got it. I'll stick with the fucking Steelers.
Can we get the Italian reporter what he thinks about that?
Yeah, he's who is it? The LeBron. Which quarterback for the Steelers is your favorite? He's like, oh, I mean, they've had so many great ones over the years. Terry Bradshaw, Ben Roethlisberger. No, but LeBron, which Steelers quarterback now you think he should be playing? Oh, I mean, Cordell was so good back in the day. And they had who else did they have? Yeah, but do you know quarterback playing on team now?
Okay. So we're both going to take the Steelers.
Colts going down here on me. And they gotta adjust this. Gotta adjust my thing here so I have a little light on me.
Okay. You do what you gotta do. Colts Raiders. Raiders are 4.5.
Josh McDaniels fired by the Raiders. No, sorry, that was just a fake Adam Schefter account with a verified tag. That was Matt Padotti pretending to be Adam Schefter.
You know the worst part about the verification thing is you can only do it. You can only have one verified account. Did you know that?
Because you can only pay through like Apple Pay or whatever.
Because you only pay through Apple Pay.
Yeah.
So somebody like me who has a lot of Twitter accounts. I mean, it wasn't a difficult decision. I was like, I'm going to make dirty sports.
Did they make you put in your info? Did they make you put in an ID?
Yeah.
They did.
So like I had to put in my Apple username for it to. I saw a tweet from somebody and they said, who's loving this the most is Apple. They get 30% cut. Did they get that high of a cut? I don't know if that's accurate.
I don't know.
So Josh McDaniels is still currently the head coach, although if they lose this game, I think he'll be in serious hot water. They're 4.5-point favorites against Jeff Saturday in the Colts. And I mean, this whole thing, I like this whole thing is just so bizarre. It has to be just all theater. I'm sure you saw what Jeff Saturday said yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it when somebody asked about his qualifications. I'm thinking this is all theater. I really do.
Here's the deal. Everybody talks about I'm completely comfortable in who I am as a man, bro. I know I can lead men. I know the game of football and I'm passionate about it. I have no fear about, are you as qualified as somebody else, bro? I spent 14 years in a locker room. I went to playoffs 12 times. I got 5 dudes in the Hall of Fame that play with it. You don't think I've seen greatness? You don't think I've seen how people prepare, how they coach, how they GM, how they work? I mean, won Super Bowls, been to 2. Like, Here's the deal, man. None of us are promised a good job. I may be terrible at this. And after 8 games, I'll say, God bless you. I am no good. I may be really good at it. I got no idea, but I dang sure ain't going to back down. I can tell you that.
I think when I see that, I think this is what I think. He's been on ESPN for a while now, right? Like that is a seasoned TV guy who knows how to speak. He's eloquent. He is like, he's saying all the right things because he does it. I don't know if he believes in any of those things he says. I think Jim Irsay just handed him a fucking bag of cash and said, eat shit for the next 9 weeks. I want to get a top 5 pick to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think your thing about tanking, there's no other explanation. There's none. I don't think he believes in anything. I think that was amazing theater what he just did. That was well done. You should get an Academy Award for that. Now, it's not as good as the acting than Godfather 1 or 2, but, I think you think if the guy asked LeBron, what's your favorite line from Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
In The Godfather.
No, he'd be like, what's your favorite performance? Like, oh, I mean, there's so many good actors in that movie. There's the Italian guys, there's the Italian girls. I think there's a cop in one scene. Yeah.
Rindo,
I'm gonna go with one of the Italian guys.
Rindo,
I'm gonna go with
Brandon. What was his name?
So many Italian guys to go with, but I'm gonna go with one of them. I'm gonna go with one of the Italian guys.
So who do you like in this, Joe? Actually, I'm first.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is a tough one. Do these guys play for their pseudo fake coach? 4.5 is it's great. This is what I'll say. The Raiders are 4.5 point favorites, and they're 2-6. I know this sounds crazy. There's nothing about the Raiders that makes you think they're going to win by 5. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm taking the Colts. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I am taking the Colts too. Waller's out. Renfro's out. It's just going to be a fucking, run the ball and be shitty fest. 2 shitty teams, 2 shitty coaches, all players on both teams that are good out. I don't see anybody winning this game by 4.5.
Yeah. True. All right, our next game is also 4.5. You're up. Cowboys at Packers. I have an inkling where you're going to go on this.
I'm going Joey No-Chill moneyline pick of the week. I think the Packers win the game at home.
Wow. I like it. I like that. I think the Packers definitely cover. You think they straight up win?
I think they straight up win. I think they needed to get back into their season. I don't know that this gets them back in, but I think it gives them some sort of hope. Mike McCarthy coming home to Green Bay. He's going to be crying. It's going to be emotional. Aaron Rodgers is going to take his knife out, stab him in the back. I don't care what Aaron Rodgers says on the Pat McAfee podcast about how much he loves fucking Mike McCarthy. Like, I feel like Aaron Rodgers saying he loves Mike McCarthy is like Aaron Rodgers saying he was inoculated or whatever fucking word he used to fucking pretend he was vaccinated.
So I'm on Prize Picks. Let me ask you this then. Sacks for that game. Dallas is more or less than 3.
Wow. It's me right at that number.
I agree.
But if I had to pick, I'd go less than.
Okay. All right. So we both agree. You like them to win straight up, and I like that. I think that's a good money line pick. I agree with you, man. That's a good money line pick. It's in Green Bay. Should be a good game. All right. Cards, Rams. Where are we at for this one? We are in LA. Is Matthew Stafford playing?
I do not know.
He's in concussion protocol. I can't even talk. I sound like I have a concussion. Concussion protocol. Which, Jesus, dude, I was on the Lions Reddit today because I had to look. Lions fans, what is wrong with you? It's one thing being delusional, but like you're happy that Matthew Stafford has a concussion. I mean, there was some of that going on in there.
Why?
I don't know.
Very weird.
Very weird. Like, I don't know what, the only thing the guy did was try to win with you guys, but you're such a dumpster fire. So this is a tough one. The Rams are 1.5 favorites. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, my pick is based on, like, is he playing or not? This is from yesterday. McVay said he didn't have any indication during last week's game if he was dealing with concussion symptoms, blah, blah. But they're like, although they've done, the John Wolford guy, I don't fucking know. I mean, let me put it this way, Joe. Are the Rams going to, this is basically saying, are they going to win the game? Because it's 1.5.
Right.
Are the Rams going to go to 3-6?
I have no idea. Are they, Andy? You're up first.
I know I am. The Cardinals are already 3-6. They stink offensively, man. They can't find a rhythm, and the whole running game is a mess. The defense, here's the thing though, the defense is still that Rams defense. Like, good luck scoring against them.
Right.
Right. In most of these games, minus the Bills, like, you're not. This is the question you have to ask yourself. Are the Rams going to fall 3-6, or are the Cardinals going to fall 3-7? I have to go with the better coach, and I'll have to go with the Rams then.
I'm going to go with the Rams too. I think that I think that McVay has shown that he's got the Cardinals number a little bit. I actually think if they have a backup, maybe they just dumb down the offense a little bit, but like I'm going with the Rams no matter who plays quarterback. Need to start mixing in some different picks.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Maybe this is your opportunity. Chargers at the Niners. Niners are 7-point favorites.
Well, I'm going to go with the Chargers to cover. I think the Niners probably win this game, but I think 7's too much.
Yeah, you're not going to get a different pick from me. That was actually, this is one of the, I'm in that pick 6 league. That's one of the ones I'm for sure taking. Like, I saw that was the first thing that popped out of me. I said 7. I'll take my chances. That's just a lot. All right. We might have a different one here. Commanders at the Eagles. Eagles are 11-point favorites.
All right, here we go. Taking the Commanders. I just think Tyler Heineke keeps it
close. You beat me. You beat me. I was supposed to go first.
Oh, you were supposed to go first. Shit. My bad.
But I was going to take the Commanders anyway.
Fuck.
Sorry. Like, 11, it's just like, I don't know.
I also like the value in this. It's a low-key fucking upset game on a Monday Night Football. Everybody will be slurping the fucking Eagles. They'll be on things like
even in Philly?
Even in Philly. Yeah. Low-key, I mean, this is just a value play. The real plays, by the way, and our boy Branson Ping will tell you, I've just been getting Branson rich every week. He's been sliding in my fucking Venmo DMs at Joe Praino, asking me for 1 to 6 point victories. You remember that was my shit during last year's playoff, and we are fucking crushing it out there. Me and Branson getting rich on the 1 to 6 point plays. So little donation at Joe Praino on Venmo gets you my 1 to 6 point picks every week. And I could see this being a close-ish game just because they're a different team. Like Heineke, he's not good, but this is precisely what he does. He'll have a big game. He'll look good on Monday Night Football. He'll keep this game close. Everybody will be bonering out over him, and then next week he'll get blown out.
Yeah. Well, I just think 11 to me is like, I'm of the mindset, like, and I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid more than ever with Philly. But I just feel like, how many times are they just going to blow people out?
Yeah. Well, they didn't blow somebody out last week.
No, I mean, they did at the end, but yeah, it was a tight game. Real quick, before we wrap up the NFL stuff. So the schedule strength for the remaining 9 games, The hardest schedules. This is based on the team's winning percentage now. Patriots have the hardest schedule remaining. The Bengals number 2, Chargers number 3, Broncos number 4, Cardinals number 5. Those are the hardest schedules remaining. The weakest schedules remaining. The Ravens have the easiest schedule remaining. The Falcons have the second easiest. The Panthers the third easiest. The Lions the fourth easiest. The fifth easiest Steelers. And the Eagles, who really have had an easy schedule already, have the sixth easiest.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about this Eagles team, and I know the Eagles fans are probably losing their mind because, well, why don't we give respect? Why don't we give respect? It's like you haven't played a really, really hard opponent yet, and you don't have a ton on your schedule.
Yeah, remaining.
I mean, they got the Giants twice. Let's fucking go.
It'll be a playoff thing. We'll find out in the playoffs. All right, those are our picks. We had a fair amount different this week.
I don't know if we did. I think it's like 3, 4.
No, I think we had 5 or 6 different.
Okay.
But those ones scare me more. Because if we have 3 or 4, like let's say we have 4 different, and you get, 3 of the 4, it's like that's a big like chip at that lead.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wrap it up. Follow us on all social at The Dirty Sports. Give us a call. I didn't play any calls today. We'll get to some next week. 310-359-8365. Joe is on social. Joe is performing all over. What about all that, Joe?
I'm at Joe Praino on all social media, including Venmo. Mike, I don't know which Mike that is, but Mike just Venmo donated me $5, and he wants those 1 to 6 point winners this week, which I'm about to send him back. I'm also at Joe Praino on all other social media, except for Twitter, where I'm at Fix Your Life. Show tonight, Oxnard, shows in and around Los Angeles for the next couple of weeks. Go to joeprano.com/shows for that. 25th, 26th, 27th, Praino in Plano, Texas, Thanksgiving weekend. And then we got some more fun shows coming up. Just stay on all my social media, check it out, and hopefully see you at a show. And if you're there, we'll drink some Miller Lites.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Whatever you do, we appreciate the support. We'll be back next week. Have a great weekend. And as always, stay